The latest entry in the MCU sees the long-awaited arrival of Marvel's first family. Time to get Phase 6 of the multiverse saga off to a fantastic start. Review for the Fantastic Four First Steps is coming your way right now. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the latest edition of the Porter Report. My name is BJ Porter, and I hope everybody is having a fantastic day today. For all of my returning viewers, it is wonderful to see you all again, and for all my first timers out there, welcome, and we hope you enjoy everything that this video and channel has to offer. A gargantuan movie month continues as I'm back to deliver to you guys another Porter Report movie review. This segment allows me to express my thoughts and opinions about the movies that I see and enjoy, and those that you do as well. Our movie today brings us one step closer to the culmination of the MCU's multiverse saga, and while previous entries have offered their own unique flair to the series, this one promises to be the best example of a family affair. Today I'm giving you guys the official review for the Fantastic Four First Steps, directed by Matt Shakman, and starring Ralph Ineson, Julia Garner, and as Reed Richards, Sue and Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm aka The Thing respectively, Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Ebon Moss-Backrack. Very few characters have the honor of being the unmistakable face of the Marvel brand. Spider-Man and the X-Men's impact is legendary in its own right. But one hero team's impact is undeniable when talking about the DNA of the Marvel Universe. And that group is of course the Fantastic Four. If you truly want to see the genius of the late great Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, the entire collection of the early Fantastic Four comics is a resume within itself. The adventures that this team went on resulted in a multitude of expansive stories that at the time opened up the Marvel Universe in game-changing ways. That's pretty impressive for a group that consists of an Einstein-Oppenheimer level genius, who's flexible in the most literal sense, a hot-headed matchstick with burning swagger and charisma, a protective mother figure who knows how to make an exit, and who can forget the lovable solid as a rock pride of Yancey Street. While the comic portfolio of the Fantastic Four is iconic and extensive, the cinematic portfolio leaves a lot to be desired. While the cinematic iterations from the early 2000s were fun, they never reached the whimsical scope and scale that fans knew they were capable of. And the most recent iteration from a decade ago had a lot of fans offering a strong amount of passionate feedback, none of which of course was positive. Following Disney's acquisition of 20th Century Fox a few years back, fans had a glimmer of hope that Marvel's first family may finally get the opportunity to get the cinematic treatment they deserve, this time as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Fast forward to now, and we have a brand new take on Reed, Ben, Johnny, and Sue that honors their 60s origins, while also being a fresh take on these iconic characters. With so much riding on one of the most important entries in the MCU to date, the only question that remains is how these characters fit into the larger MCU canon, and what will this film set up as we get ready for what comes next. Well, I guess it's time to stop wondering and find out what's in store for this family of larger-than-life heroes. Here's the Porter Report movie review for the Fantastic Four First Steps. The vast realms across the multiverse have their own unique collection of defenders. For one particular universe, the defenders of the planet have never been more beloved. Years ago, a brave collection of explorers and scientists embarked on a cosmic mission that forever changed who they were. The crew consisted of brilliant scientist and researcher Reed Richards, his loving and headstrong wife Susan, Susan's brilliant yet overly ambitious brother Johnny, and talented pilot Benjamin Grimm, whose physical form was altered during that fateful mission. Together, they are known as the Fantastic Four, super enhanced individuals who are seen by all as Earth's most trusted and mightiest heroes. Despite being highly regarded as the planet's best line of defense against threats unknown, Earth soon gets issued a grave warning of an impending apocalyptic event that could literally devour the planet as they know it. Forced to face an enemy unlike anything they've seen before, Reed, Sue, Johnny, and Ben must stand together as a family to protect everything they hold dear, no matter the personal cost. The most iconic family in the history of Marvel finally comes to the MCU in the opening film of Phase 6 of the multiverse saga. Led by WandaVision creator Matt Shakman, the Fantastic Four First Steps brings Marvel's first family to the forefront in a 60s-inspired period piece, aiming to deliver the large-scale cinematic experience that fans have been waiting for. After teaming with this collection of Marvel Comics royalty, the Fantastic Four First Steps is the long-awaited home run that fans have been waiting for. The attempts to bring the iconic quartet to life have proven to be below average at best and abysmal at worst. With the characters now in the hands of Marvel Studios, hope came shining in as many believed they were finally going to get an iteration of these characters that was true to their world and true to them. I'm happy to say that the film delivers on both fronts. The Fantastic Four First Steps presents a world that is engrossing and easy to get lost in. Every corner of it is filled with incredible detail and character that breathes life into every scene. While the atmosphere does a good job of adding life to the world, it's the characters that give it its soul. Every member of the ensemble brings the iconic quartet to life in a way that makes you not just connected to them as characters, but also as a legit family unit. Everybody was on point, but I believe in highlighting each member individually and spotlighting what made their presence such a joy to see. Starting with Pedro Pascal, he is absolutely terrific in his role as Reed Richards. Pascal does such great work in crafting a version of Reed that has all the quirks the character should, but with plenty of soul and emotional vulnerability underneath. Reed's approach to problem solving is always proactive, and there are times where it puts him in compromising positions emotionally and psychologically, which in turn put him at odds with his loved ones. I really enjoyed seeing a Reed Richards whose heart is in the right place, but has to think with more than just his mind to solve the task in front of him. His on-screen wife is quite the standout herself. I think I can say with divine confidence that Vanessa Kirby Sue Storm transcends those that came before. In areas where Reed lacks emotional and situational awareness, Kirby Susan Storm has a strong aura about her that makes her a powerful force both when she's using her powers and when she isn't. Kirby brings such incredible life to the screen and as the character, and I'm absolutely thrilled to hail her as one of the MCU's best new additions. As for our matchstick and clobber machine, Joseph Quinn and Ebon Moss-Backrack are an absolute delight as Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm. Speaking on Backrack's portrayal of Ben, right when I saw the first scene in the first trailer, I was 100% convinced that he perfectly captured the essence of the character. Having seen the full picture now, I can honestly say without question that Ebon Moss-Backrack is Ben Grimm. His look, his voice, and just his overall presence brought me so much joy every time he appeared on screen. This is exactly how the character is supposed to be portrayed, and Backrack gets full marks for doing the Pride of Yancey Street justice. As for Joseph Quinn, he equally delivered as Johnny Storm, but did it in a way that I wasn't expecting. Don't get it twisted, this is still the snarky, sarcastic, and lovable firecracker we know and love. That being said, he's got a little bit of extra substance this go around. Johnny displays a side of himself that showcases that underneath the hotshot bravado is a man who is willing to go the distance to protect those he loves. That combined with the irresistible charm put on display by Quinn's performance makes this one of the best iterations of the character I've seen that is a welcome change of pace from the fiery and womanizing playboy persona that we're used to seeing from the character. I'm excited to see more of him and the rest of these characters and how they progress moving forward in this next phase. In addition to our leads, the others in the ensemble delivered as well. While not seen on screen much, Julia Gardner's turn as Shalabal is solid, as the character's arc is effectively executed with her truly making the most of her time given. In addition to her, Ralph Ineson is an absolute presence as Galactus in a portrayal that is everything you want from this larger-than-life force of nature. It may have taken a redo to get it right, but this new iteration absolutely knocked it out of the park. Others like Paul Walker Hauser are unsung standouts, with Hauser really delivering some of the film's best comedic moments, especially near the end. While the performances are great across the board, what makes this movie such a treat is the genuine investment you have in the characters and what they go through. When you're doing a movie about Marvel's first family, nailing the family aspect was probably the most important thing to accomplish. I have mentioned it in the past in regards to large-scale cinematic stories like these. If you are not fully invested in the characters on screen, no amount of action set pieces will save the film from being unengaging, unmoving, or forgettable. The Fantastic Four First Steps makes it its mission to ensure that these are characters you want to get to know and want to see succeed. Little things like the way they throw playful jabs and tease each other, build each other up, seeing how they approach problems and come up with solutions in their own way or as a group, and ultimately choose to stand by each other no matter the situation, even when they disagree, are all elements that do wonders for making this a group of people that you want to see overcome the mountains they are facing. Chemistry plays a huge part in that, and the tandem of Pascal, Quinn, Kirby, and Backrack are the best example of a well-oiled machine, regardless if they are all together or in pairs. Ben and Johnny's comedic chemistry is just as great to watch as Reed and Sue's clashing worldviews on parenting and problem solving. That combined with the production design, musical score, and the period aesthetic allows for the world to feel more alive, and so much credit goes to director Matt Shakman and the work that he did in shepherding the story this way. As an added bonus, keeping things separate from the rest of the MCU played a big role in the enjoyment factor, for it allowed for more freedom to build out this world with these characters before we inevitably bring them into the madness that awaits us in the culmination stage of the multiverse saga. The best part is the end result has me giddy with excitement to see how these characters not only interact with other members of the MCU, but how they will shape the next few formative years of this universe's next phase of storytelling. It's a lot to think about, but it's a future that is exciting to ponder. Overall, the Fantastic Four First Steps is the cinematic victory lap that we have been praying for quite some time. While the bar was never high, Shakman and company did everything possible to deliver a Fantastic Four story worthy enough to be considered amongst the best the MCU has to offer. It took a long time to mix the right combination of ingredients to make it work, but the end result signals a strong start to the new phase in the MCU's latest cinematic chapter. Bringing Marvel's first family to the big screen has proven to be a tall order in the years prior that it was attempted. Many have tried, but the majority of them have failed in capturing what makes these characters such a joy to watch. I'm thrilled to say that after watching this movie, that is no longer an issue. The Fantastic Four First Steps does pretty much everything right when it comes to crafting a world, a story, and characters you want to invest in. But at the end of the day, it's these four that truly brought everything together. And of course, Herbie too. Don't worry, I didn't forget you. Pedro, Joseph, Iban, and Vanessa crafted versions of these characters that are a quintessential unit that you fall in love with instantly. They are fully fleshed out characters who look out for each other no matter what and are the best representation of this family unit that has been one of the backbones of the Marvel brand since the early days. It took a while to get it right, but I'm thrilled to have versions of these characters that I look forward to seeing develop in the next stage of the Marvel Heroverse. So with that, the time has come to throw it to you guys. Sound off in the comments below your thoughts about the Fantastic Four First Steps, but be mindful of anything that could potentially be seen as a spoiler. We're in for an exciting journey in this next phase of the MCU because from this point forward, all roads lead to doom. Be sure to stay tuned for more reviews and continued coverage of summer movie season 2025 and beyond. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to stop on by. I hope everybody has a fantastic rest of their week, and until the next review, I'm BJ Porter, and this has been the Porter Report.